Taken with a Grain of Salt, a collection of short stories by Jason Salthouse. Driving into the sun. It started out as any other night of friendship, drug use, and general debauchery. We would meet in a vacant parking lot way after dark, much past our bedtime. We were just kids after all, 14, 15, 16 years old. At least one of us had a car, and that's all that mattered. The deal was done, and the long, intense drive to safety was behind us. We were in charge, so I believed. Preparing for the evening, a friend was unwrapping our package and made the rounds person to person like some weird, self-proclaimed version of a medicine man. No one jumped first like I did. I was reckless, full of myself, and underprepared for what came next. We were seasoned travelers in mind expansion, but this wasn't part of the plan. The makeshift shaman continued to inspect our mode of transport until we heard him say in a quiet, very concerned, almost guilty voice, "Wait, don't take that." But we already had. He had unfolded the small strip of individually packaged paper to reveal it was a double dose of what would turn out to be the longest night of mental incapacity and self-preservation I've ever experienced. Some of us found a place to be, some wandered through, room to room, inside, outside, cigarette after cigarette, until all sounds became one big vibration. Voices blurred with the sound of the night and the loud central heat and air unit that you've only heard in a single-wide trailer. Faces became indistinguishable, and I was lost. I knew I had to stay focused, or I could drift to a world I was afraid I could never come back from. I found the small collection of VHS tapes and made my choice, The Exorcist. In some macabre way, I felt secure with my decision. The absurdity of the classic horror flick kept me grounded in reality, but also left me to my own thoughts, as not one single other person was interested. No worries, I was used to this solitude. I welcomed it, and probably made my movie decision based on a subconscious level I'll never fully understand. I watched the movie over and over, rewinding furiously to the beginning like I was running for my life. 8 to 10 hours had passed all of a sudden, and there was daylight. It called us all out from every dark corner or small closet we had sunk into through the night, attempting to keep insanity at bay. Halley's Comet was bright in the sky that morning, and after a very long look, I decided it could only be the doorway to heaven or some other dimension I'd never considered. Time continued to pass, not fast, not slow, just passing and seeming to leave us behind to catch up. It was time to go. The world was waking up. Moms and dads were going to work, school children waited at the bus stops, and now we were in the middle of it. The captain of our pirate ship took the wheel, and we sped off. Within a minute or two, there was the brightest, all-consuming, almost paralyzing light. It seemed like we had landed on some other planet, disorienting and foreign. All sounds stopped. After a few more seconds passed, my eyes began to adjust, and I realized we were parked. Not in a spot, and not in the place to be if you're trying to be discreet. We had landed our ship in the yard, tucked between two trailers that were so close to one another, I'm not sure how we ever fit. As I looked out, I was eye level with a woman peering through her blinds, trying to make sense of what she was seeing. We made eye contact, and I just stared. I wondered what she was thinking, and it made me giggle to think of what wild story she cooked up to explain away the foreign object full of drugged-out teenagers on her lawn. As we made eye contact, I heard from my friend in a calm, controlled, faint whisper of a voice say, "I drove into the sun." No one had a response. Silent and still. In a split second, the car started. Our bearings were recalibrated, and we took off into the bright, deafening light of any normal weekday morning commute. Time for school, time for work, food, sleep, shower, rest, repeat. This was a formula we adopted and had started to master. After all, the weekend was coming, and that's when the real party began.